Imagine waking up one ordinary morning only to discover that the food assistance you depend on to feed your family could suddenly change not because of anything you did, but because of one unexpected court decision. That's exactly what happened recently when a federal judge in Texas handed down a ruling that has sent shockwaves through the entire SNAP program. Millions of Americans who rely on food stamps are now filled with uncertainty, wondering whether they'll have enough to put food on the table this November. But here's the twist that no one is talking about. While many people are panicking and bracing for cuts, others could actually see their benefits increase. The truth is, most people still have no idea this happened, and the small window to take action is closing faster than anyone realizes. In this video, I'm going to break everything down what this court decision truly means for you, the specific steps you need to take immediately, and a few overlooked opportunities that could make a huge difference in your monthly benefits. Before we dive deeper, if you want to stay informed about urgent benefit changes like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. It helps the channel grow, but more importantly, it ensures you never miss critical updates that could affect your income and your ability to feed your family. So, what exactly happened? On October 25th, Judge James Henderson ruled that the USDA's pandemic-era formula for calculating SNAP benefits violated federal law. That might sound like a bunch of technical legal jargon, but stay with me because this ruling directly affects what you'll receive starting in November. Here's the simple version. The judge found that the emergency benefit allotments many families have been receiving since 2020 were calculated incorrectly. Now, the USDA and state agencies are scrambling to recalculate benefits before the next payment cycle begins. Take a moment and think, when was the last time you actually checked your benefit amount? Because the truth is, the method they use to calculate your SNAP eligibility is about to change completely. And this isn't a small adjustment or a minor update. It's a total overhaul of the formula that determines how much assistance you qualify for. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. While most of the headlines are focused on possible benefit cuts, the decision actually includes a new set of qualifying expense categories that could increase the amount for some families. That means certain households could get more help than before if they know how to take advantage of the new rules. I'll explain exactly how to check if you qualify in just a moment. But before that, there's something important you need to do right now, and I mean today. Waiting even a few days could make the difference between keeping your current benefit amount or facing a painful reduction. The USDA has already begun rolling out these changes on a state-by-state basis, starting with the November payments. That means there's a small window of opportunity that most people don't even know exists. And if you act during this window, you could protect your current benefit level or even improve it. You're probably wondering, how much could this really change things? Well, the numbers are shocking. Based on the new calculation method, a typical family of 4 could see their benefits change anywhere from a $200 decrease to a $150 increase each month. Which side of that range you fall on depends entirely on what you do in the next few days. Behind the scenes, state agencies are racing against the clock. They're updating systems, recalculating benefits, and trying to comply with the court's orders. But during this rush, there's confusion, and confusion leads to mistakes. Some families could easily slip through the cracks if they don't take the right steps to verify their information and protect their eligibility. Remember those pandemic-era emergency allotments? They were originally meant to continue through December 2025 in most states. But this new court ruling has completely changed that timeline. Now, every state must independently decide how and when to implement the new formula, creating a chaotic patchwork of different deadlines and rules across the country. Here's something most people haven't realized. The judge also found that some of the USDA's earlier benefit reductions were improper. That means if your benefits have gone down recently, you could actually be owed retroactive payments, but only if you know how to request a review of your case correctly. Let's talk about documentation, because this is where many people accidentally lose hundreds of dollars in potential benefits. The court's ruling changed which expenses can be used as deductions in the calculation process. That means certain costs like medical bills, education-related expenses, and even transportation costs that weren't counted before might now help increase your benefit level. While reviewing the court documents, I found something most people haven't noticed yet. There's a specific provision about household composition that could completely change things for many families. If you have adult children living at home, elderly relatives staying with you, or even non-family roommates, that could now affect your SNAP calculation in a way that might actually benefit you. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest concerns in the SNAP community right now: income thresholds. While the court didn't directly change income limits, it did change how income is calculated. That means some people who were previously just over the limit might now qualify, while others may need to submit additional documents to keep their benefits. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. The rules are complicated, and most people don't have the time or energy to dig through hundreds of pages of legal text. That's exactly why I'm making this video, to simplify everything and give you clear, actionable steps you can take right now. Timing matters more than ever. Submitting your documentation early could determine how soon you benefit from these updates. And if your benefits are reduced, knowing how to appeal immediately could prevent your payments from dropping during the review period. The court gave all beneficiaries a 60-day window to appeal any reduction in benefits, but here's what most people don't know. If you file your appeal before the change takes effect, you can often keep your current benefit amount while your case is under review. To show why this matters, let me tell you about Sarah, a single mother from Ohio who was among the first to be affected. She nearly lost half her benefits because she didn't know about the new documentation rules. But once she learned about the appeal process, she was able not only to keep her current amount, but even qualify for an increase thanks to the newly allowed expense deductions. Each state is handling this transition differently. While the ruling applies nationwide, states have flexibility in how they apply it. Some are giving families more time to adjust, while others are moving aggressively to implement changes right away. If your recertification date is coming up soon, you might want to renew early. Some states have grandfathering provisions under this ruling that could let you lock in your current or higher benefit level for the next period before stricter calculations kick in. Another major change involves something called broad-based categorical eligibility. It sounds complicated, but it basically means that if you receive certain other forms of government assistance, it could now affect how your SNAP benefits are calculated and, in some cases, simplify the process for you. If all this feels like too much to handle on your own, don't worry. You're not alone. State offices are overwhelmed right now, but several nonprofit organizations have already set up hotlines and support teams specifically to help families navigate these sudden changes. One part of the court decision that's not getting enough attention is how it affects emergency allotments. Even though most of those pandemic-related payments ended earlier this year, this new ruling reopens the door for emergency assistance in specific cases. That could be critical for households suddenly facing benefit reductions. Now, let's talk about verification requirements. The new rules simplified some parts of the process, but added new requirements elsewhere. Knowing exactly which documents you need and which ones you can skip will save you time, stress, and possibly your benefits. You might be asking, what if I miss the deadline? While acting fast is always best, the court ruling does allow for retroactive adjustments. But the longer you wait, the more complex and delayed that process becomes. There are also new considerations for mixed status, households meaning families where not every member is eligible for benefits. In some cases, these changes could actually increase the total benefit amount for the entire household. If you want to prepare the smart way, start keeping detailed records of your monthly expenses right now, especially those that weren't previously counted, like certain medical or transportation costs. This documentation could be extremely valuable if you need to appeal or request a benefit recalculation later. The decision also affects how benefits are calculated for elderly and disabled individuals. The new rules could help these groups by changing how income and certain necessary expenses are treated, potentially resulting in higher benefits. So let's summarize what matters most. First, these changes are happening now, not months from now. Waiting even a little while could affect your November payment. Second, while some people will see their benefits reduced, others could actually see them go up if they act quickly and understand the new system. And third, learning how to navigate the appeal process could be the key to keeping your household secure. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Have you already received a notice about changes to your benefits? Are you planning to appeal or request a review? Share your story in the comments. It might help someone else in the same situation. And please, if you found this information useful, hit that like button and subscribe so more people can see it. Staying informed is our best defense against sudden changes that can impact our families. Finally, if you know someone who depends on SNAP benefits, share this video with them. The more people understand what's happening, the better prepared we'll all be to protect what matters most, our ability to feed our families with dignity and security.